what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
I shall not seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
Boy, don't you wish Obama would have said that at the last election?
I hope he says that at the end of this term.
Wait a minute. He only gets two. Oh, yeah.
I mean, and we'll get to this, but he's
Executive
really
orders.
good at signing executive orders, or at least having his auto pen do it. He's really good at it.
Do you think he's so lazy that he doesn't even actually sign them? He has his auto pen do it, or worse, a secretary?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I do. Well, no, I don't think that he's so lazy that he does it. I think he's just so damn busy golfing
Or
and things.
he thinks he's better than that. He doesn't actually need to physically sign it. He can just have someone else do it.
Well, I mean, really, who uses a pen anymore
Handle
anyway?
it, Roy. Handle it. Somebody handle it.
Who uses a pen anymore anyway? I see you have a pile of pens over there, but
Well,
I mean,
no, wait a minute. Technically, some are pencils, mechanical pencils.
they're actually all pencils.
Yeah,
which is-
they are, actually. There's not a pen there.
No, there isn't.
I like
So,
to erase
again, my point.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Get rid of the evidence. I
been
also
trying
wiped down
for-
my fingerprints
trying
and
for
I
years,
practiced
haven't
my
you?
911 call. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Anyways, you're listening.
Oh, we've got a
what?
kidney shot over here.
Oh! I think it's my kidney. I feel a sharp pain in there. My God, you've been shot in the kidney. Damn liberals. Today is Thursday, March 20th. Hey, first day of spring, 2014, and we're in the back room of the Russian Bear Bar and Studio. What country, Nate?
Virgin Islands.
The Virgin Islands, my favorite island. You know why that is?
Because there's 3 of them.
Right.
Or wait, no, 72?
I don't know.
There's 72 of
There's
them?
72 Virgin Islands scattered around the world, and all of them are near the equator where it's nice and warm, because the first day of spring where we're at in the Virgin Islands is 90
You mean
degrees.
back home in... It is, but
when we
back
left,
home in Lansing.
When we left Lansing and before we flew, it was like, I don't know, 30 degrees. And snowing.
Yeah.
Not a good day
so,
but I saw robins today. Robin rest.
And it's warming up, and a lot of the snow is melting, except the guy down the street. This is the weirdest thing. There's a house just a few houses down from here. The entire yard is still covered in a foot of snow.
You know,
I have a feeling that it's not real snow.
I would call Homeland Security on this guy.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I don't know what he's building there, but it's making the snow stick around a little too long for my liking.
Maybe he's Eskimo.
He may be.
And he has a special secret
I think
ingredient?
also the other possibility is his lawn is almost always in the shade.
Oh, well. Science, physics,
Something
chemistry.
about a hammer that we could apply here. I don't know that guy. Odin's hammer would,
Oh yeah, he keeps the frost giants away. I believe in Odin. Have you seen a frost giant? No, he keeps his promises.
I did. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. That's fine. We'll leave it with Odin. I wasn't actually talking about Odin, but that's okay.
You
Now,
said
go ahead.
Odin. Oh, you meant Odin's dry cleaner down the road here.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
He's terrified of frost giants.
I would think that the PCE and TCE would melt the snow, but maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
We may be having some trouble with our lines. We don't know. Some people have said they're getting a busy signal, but you can try calling at 248-455-ODDS. That's 248-455-6337.
We do have the tech staff working on that issue, but
we do?
They're lazy.
Wow.
So they're pretty much just curled up in the corner doing nothing.
Hey, Mark,
and
Mark, wake up.
He looks an awful lot like a dog.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to type without thumbs.
We want to welcome new listeners. We're on another affiliate in Gilbert, Arizona, KTFL AM Talk Radio in Gilbert, Arizona. Hi to all our listeners there.
Hello. We're sorry.
If you are listening in Gilbert, please like us on Facebook. Where?
Facebook. You just told
It's
them.
not on Twitter?
No.
So
Facebook.com/@oddshow.
Or they can go to, what's our
way to get
website?
there, @oddshow.com.
Leave a comment, contact us. If you like our show, tell us. If you don't like our show, don't tell us. And give us suggestions for topics, etc. Let's see. Our top story, I got nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing at all, huh?
Somebody kept throwing stuff in front of me here. I don't know. What the hell happened to all our good stuff? We had all kinds of good stuff going on in there.
All there.
We can talk about the Ukraine sanctions on 21 people at least, but now it might be all of Russia. I don't know. European Union foreign ministers have agreed to impose sanctions, including travel bans and assets freezes, on 21 officials from Russia and the Ukraine.
Yeah, and then, of course, Obama gave his nice little press conference today and said,
he
we're
didn't
going to do really good stuff. Those Russians, I tell you, Putin, you need to listen to me.
And we support the NATO, and we'll be right there with you
Until
we say we're not going there. But more importantly, this affects ammunition from Russia, which is a lot of
it may.
Inexpensive ammo that comes from the Soviet, or not the former Soviet Union. Boy,
Well,
where have I been?
okay. Well, I mean,
newly created annex of the
Putin's goal
is to be
is
the Soviet.
USSR.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
I think you're right.
he's ex-KGB. That's what they all dream for.
I saw a picture on the internet there where it showed a young picture of him and 4 or 5 of his buddies, and they said, here's a picture of Putin with his 5 friends that no one's ever seen since this photograph's been taken.
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but
They live in Kansas, actually.
they probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a little deli there. Oy vey. Anyways.
Selling Greek food.
They Ukrainian food. Chicken Kiev. Oh, boy. Too soon? Anyways.
No, I had some really good shawarma the other day, though.
Where? At the shawarma place
At the
there?
mall.
Yeah.
I got it out of the mall.
Yeah. A friend of mine goes there. He loves their shawarma. But that's Indian food, isn't it?
I don't know. They
It's
call
Indian.
it Middle Eastern.
Yeah, it's
So.
who knows?
Or Mediterranean, I mean. I'm
Mediterranean?
sorry.
Yeah.
Which is...
That's not Indian.
right.
Yeah. Huh. Could be anything from Greek, Spanish, French, German. They're all
Ukrainian.
in the Mediterranean.
You don't know.
They're all in the Mediterranean. They're all in the. They're all in that area there.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, they named officials of the Russian government. Any individual or entity that operates in the Russian arms industry could be subjected to this.
Yeah, so...
This sanction.
Man, Wolf Ammo.
Also,
That's a tough
did you
one.
see that Russia is trying to cozy up to Japan and a little bit to China?
Well, why wouldn't they?
They're saying, "Hey."
I mean, a lot of it to China. They want to steal some of that technology off of that Boeing airplane that's parked
don't
in
even
China.
Go there. I mean, geez, China's got lots of money. They could just buy a 777 if they wanted. But as you mentioned before the show, apparently there were some personnel on the plane.
That's what I heard.
May
Yeah,
be,
I don't know if
valuable.
that's still valid or not. But
Were there some arms people there or something?
Weapons and communication
Designers and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hadn't heard that. It's in the ocean, you know.
It's most likely in the ocean. You know,
is it the Indian Ocean?
Probably in the Indian Ocean. Yeah, the Australians were looking today, but they didn't find anything. They saw some parts in the ocean, and then they couldn't find them.
Following up on? Was it Courtney Love?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she thought she found the wreckage there on.
I don't know why everybody's
satellite
still
images.
looking.
Because I'm sure she has access to the most recent satellite. This is a Google Earth image that's from 5 years ago that she's saying, "Oh, there it is."
Oh yeah, that's
Can't
a
you
big
look at the
thing.
date? She
People
doesn't have current
people all
satellite.
over the place are like, well, won't you just use Google Maps?
Yeah.
Because it's not live.
Wow.
It would be awesome if it was live streaming. It's not.
I tried doing that. I was out in my yard with my computer on Google Earth, and I was waving up at myself.
And you couldn't see
I
it.
couldn't see myself. I was looking. I was zooming right in. Went to Street View even. And I'm waving and
weird.
waving and waving. I couldn't see me.
That's weird. There was some strange man walking up to your house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was the Swans, man. The
Oh,
father
that's
of
good.
my daughter.
You don't know how happy you
1994.
made her just now.
Oh, believe me, she's trying to get the DNA test done. I won't go for it. Anyways, they're cozying up saying, hey, all of these Western countries, they're boycotting us and they're going to play bad with us. We'll give you some investment opportunities. Japan says they're kind of leery. We don't want to upset our allies in the West. Of course not. Are you going to get more from us or are you going to get more from Russia? Well, who knows? They're also talking to South Korea and India because oil and gas, baby. Oil and gas. So I don't know what Japan's going to do. They don't want to piss off the West, so we'll see.
They don't?
No, I don't think they do.
You don't think so if they have a nice ally like Russia and China?
Ooh, those are pretty good.
Russia's kind of big.
Those are pretty good armies.
There's a lot of snow there, but it's kind of big.
Russia's got a lot of oil and gas.
They do,
yeah,
and that's
Japan
part of
wants
the
to tap
problem
in
with
because
all of Europe.
You know what?
Depending on that.
Yeah,
crap.
you know what? Japan doesn't have any oil and gas.
Yeah,
they don't have anything but fish and mountains.
So what are they? I mean, are they going to tell Russia, no, we won't do what you want? Please don't raise our prices.
Well, they want it both ways.
Same with Ukraine and every other.
They want their
place over
cake
there.
and they want to eat it too. So
Oh,
I don't
of
know what
course.
they're going to do.
Yeah,
they might have some.
It'll be interesting.
Backroom deals. Who knows? But they're a little bit leery.
Luckily,
yeah,
we have a president that is just willing to tell Putin how it is, give him his choices.
John F. Kennedy, he's been dead for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
he stood up to Khrushchev, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm talking about Kennedy.
At least Khrushchev went through the damn Second World War and was a, fighter and fought for his country and saved Russia from the Germans. What'd Putin do? Assassinated a bunch of people and broke people's necks, poisoned them. Who knows what he did when he was with the KGB?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, this was today on some playground somewhere. I was watching
Well, it was
Fox
a big
News, and they
big
were
playground because there was the
zooming into the play equipment and
Air
the
Force
burnt
One
grass
helicopter was in the back there.
No, it's a small helicopter. It looks big on TV.
It's 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Diplomacy between the United States and Russia continues.
Also, if you notice the sirens,
it
turns out Obama has warrants.
Yeah.
They're on their way.
He was arrested for not giving ID because he has we don't know where he was born. What's your birth date? I don't know.
That's horrible.
Where were you born? Hawaii.
It's not like he wrote a book in which he states that he was born in Kenya.
Didn't they say that someone tried to sign Obama up for Obamacare and it rejected him because they couldn't prove who he was or where he was born?
Doesn't his Social Security number match one that was issued to somebody else?
That's odd.
Mm-hmm.
I thought,
they do recycle them.
I thought all Social Security numbers were sort of unique.
Well, no, that's actually true. They are sort of unique. They do get recycled apparently after 100 years or something like that. Have they been around 100 years? Just right?
No.
No?
Social Security came out in the 30s.
Okay, so
the other
then it's apparently not 100
FDR.
years, or if it is 100 years, then it's a really weird coincidence. But yeah, and maybe that's not true. I don't know. Anyway,
I can't imagine
playground.
they recycle them.
Listen to this whole clip because at the end, the police finally get on scene.
Emphasized that Russia still has a different path available, one that de-escalates the situation and one that involves Russia pursuing a diplomatic solution with the government in Kiev, with the support of the international community. The Russian people need to know, and Mr. Putin needs to understand, that the Ukrainians shouldn't have to choose between the West and Russia. We want the Ukrainian people to determine their own destiny and to have good relations with the United States, with Russia, with Europe, with anyone that they choose. That can only happen if Russia also recognizes the rights of all the Ukrainian people to determine their future as free individuals and as a sovereign nation. Rights that people and nations around the world understand and support. Thank you very much, everybody.
And we didn't play that part, but they, 1,000 questions. He's like, "Oh well, thank you very much." Thank you. Very much.
He's not going to take questions
and he
because
walked away
he's
to
the
his
president.
Yeah.
So why should he need to answer to
He's
the people?
got people for that. Who's the press secretary?
Carney?
Which is odd because
Jay Carney.
Isn't that a slang term for someone who works at a carnival?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's
Carney.
a slang term or if that's the actual title.
Oh, they
It
have
might
a
be.
title?
I saw it on the business card.
It's on their diplomas.
It says, Barack Obama, Carney.
No, official Carney. You can now operate the scrambler.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, though. We'll be back. Facebook.com/@oddshow, @oddshow.com, and, of course, right here on Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you frustrated with your current job? Not making the type of money that you know you are worth? Is it time for a change? Start earning money working from home with Autopilot Marketing. Go to income28.com now. That's income, the number 28.com. Take our free video tour today and start earning money as early as next week. Go to income28.com. That's income, the number 28.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys.
Tighten up that little break there.
I think what
we got rid of the bump.
What we need to tighten up is your skill level.
Yeah, that's
I
not
think
gonna
is
happen.
what. No, it's not. But I've been trying.
No, we got to tighten that up a little bit and make that come in right at the end of the bumper there, so we can.
Go ahead.
I don't jump
go ahead.
in. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Since
where's our engineer?
Since nobody out there could hear it, Brian had good practice saying, "Welcome back to At Odds." When nobody could hear him.
I thought we were live.
Yeah, well, we are now, so get on with it.
Oh, shoot. All right. So we're talking about Russia. You know, that's kind of scary. I mean, I'm older than you. I remember the Cold War very well, and I remember being taught the, drop, kiss your butt goodbye.
Luckily, though,
cover, duck and cover.
Everybody now drives SUVs. We have private jets. We burn coal.
We have jetpacks.
So, well, we don't have jetpacks.
Well, we should.
Don't bring that up because now I'm sad.
It's 2014 and we don't have flying cars yet.
Yeah, I
what
know.
the hell?
Oh, jeez. No, global warming.
Is that why we don't have flying cars?
That's why we don't have the Cold War anymore.
Oh, you went a long ways for that one. I don't think that was good.
I went a long ways because you interrupted like you always do.
I gave up not listening for Lent.
That's what I've heard, so we'll see.
It's not working.
We'll see.
Forgive me, Jesus, for I've sinned.
Anyway, Cold War, what?
No, I'm just, it's kind of scary. I mean, here's Russia making a play for the Crimean. They've been fighting over that peninsula for a couple thousand years. It's kind of a strategic point. It's got a great ports. It's got access out to the big ocean. What's that big ocean out there? There's a big ocean out there. And
Atlantic?
No.
Pacific?
No, that's not it either.
Antarctic?
No.
Arctic?
No. It's the
Black?
The Putin.
Is it the Black
It's
Sea?
the
Putin Ocean?
The Putin Ocean.
Well, it will be.
It will be.
So will the Atlantic. That's the problem.
But they fight over the Crimean. There's a strategic point there. I mean, goodness. But what is this? I mean, where's this leading? Is Putin testing the waters? Which I think he is. He has no faith and no fear in Obama.
Why would he?
No, yeah.
Why would he? What are we doing? We're stripping down the military. We don't need a strong military because we've been the biggest force in the world for too long, and we really just need to give back and we need to feel what it's like to be in these third world countries that we cause.
On the other hand, we have hundreds of bases all over Europe. There's one person in each one.
Yeah, exactly.
One soldier. Yeah, just hold the flag.
And what did we do? You remember our missile defense system that got scrapped?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That would come in handy when somebody like Russia has missiles that can actually reach the United States.
We have plenty.
That'd be nice.
We have plenty of missiles.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're safe, and I'm sure Obama's appointing the perfect people to run those things. I'm sure.
What? Code? What?
Yeah, exactly. What is that?
DEFCON what?
Why is it so loud in here? What is that beeping? Why
what
is
are those sirens?
Damn
it, you're waking me up. Wah, 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 wah. Wow, man, you're harshing my bug.
You seen The Simpsons? Homer Simpson runs the nuclear plant.
Never seen it.
Exactly like that is what's going to happen. Oh,
I don't think so. I think we're just fine. We really don't. As a military force, we have nothing to worry about with the Russians. They've got nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but
Russia
and Putin they're playing chess right now. He's testing the waters. He wants
what we should do?
What he can do, just like your dogs. When the dogs come up and they want to get a little scrap of food or something, just take a little bit, and they test a little bit. Oh, he wasn't mad. He didn't slap me. He didn't beat me. Nothing. Oh, I'll take a little bit more, until you smack him on the top of the head and say, "Stop it." I don't know if Obama's going to do that. And
no, he's not. He's going to hang on. Let me get my ultra cool bike helmet and my 10-speed so I can ride over there on my bike.
Meanwhile,
my helmet.
Putin's riding a grizzly bear.
Yeah,
bareback.
Yeah,
and without a shirt on.
I mean, honestly, do you think that doesn't matter a little bit?
Oh, it does. Perception's a lot.
Obama doesn't look scary. He doesn't act scary. He doesn't want to. That's the thing. Because he could. He has all sorts of power. He's the leader of the United States of America.
It used to be the free world.
And he just wants... Yeah, that was in my head and almost came out.
I know. I saw it. I was watching it.
Okay, but...
It wasn't there.
He doesn't want to be known as the leader of the most powerful nation in the world.
He doesn't want to go back to the Cold
because
War.
He doesn't think that we should be the most powerful nation in the world.
This is not good. This is not good. So I don't know what's going on. Not to put a fine point on the dot on the I, National Geographic Society has come out with their maps, and they have put the Crimean Peninsula under Russia.
Well, they voted. The people voted.
And that's just what they said. I read the article, and they said, hey, we were going to do a dashed area saying it was contested.
Uh-huh.
But since they had the vote and everything, and everybody's legitimate, it's we're going to make it final.
This is what's funny.
Russia.
In the the clip that we played of Obama talking, he's saying we need to make sure that all of the Ukrainian people have their say and they get what they want. They voted. I'm not saying that it's legitimate and that we necessarily need to recognize it, but isn't that exactly what he was saying, that they need to be able to have their say and do what those people want? They voted.
You mean
is he saying it was rigged? I don't know.
That soundbite just a few seconds ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. The people have spoken, at least the ones that are allowed to vote.
Yeah.
What the Onion say?
The thing.
Oh, the Onion. Great. I love the Onion website. They have satirical
It's where you get
stuff.
all
That's where I
of
get
the
my
articles
news.
we talk about.
Yeah. It said something about, they showed a picture of a voter, and it says something about
they're excited.
They're excited they get to exercise their democracy for the last time in voting for this referendum.
Do you want to know what's extra funny to me about that? Is that you said it the exact same way when you were telling me about it before the show.
What did I say?
That whole democracy word. You said democracy.
Did I?
Yeah, both times. It was funny. It's okay.
Stroke. Don't make fun of me. Anyways, the National Geographic, it actually since the Ukrainian breakaway region's reunification with Moscow is finalized. Reunification. I mean,
USSR is what that means.
Yes, so that's exactly what it means.
Do you hear this gun parts distributor that had the
what?
They got a restraining order against the ATF.
Wait a minute. Let's give some background in this. This is
I was going to, but go ahead.
Okay,
everybody enjoys you talking. Believe me, I hear the feedback.
So, anyways, it's not like they sell firearms per se. They're parts and pieces, and they make receivers. And,
really?
Yeah, and that's.
Let's give some background on that.
So the receiver of a firearm, I'll use
firearm. Let's give a little background.
Firearms are something that shoots a projectile, whether it's gas or explosion or methane or my breath. No,
doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, if you have a receiver that is only 80% completed in its manufacture, it's not considered a firearm, and the ATF has no jurisdiction at all over it.
And you can make ghost guns out of them.
You can make ghost guns. You can make anything. And
Level
the
2 lookalikes.
And the problem is, and this is what pisses the ATF off, is that this company will ship these 80% receivers to private individuals, and they will then complete the next 20% with drill presses and whatever they do.
Finish machining them so they're operable.
Right. And then they make AR-15s or AK-47s or whatever.
It's almost like
there's
freedom.
It's freedom. And
it's weird.
As long as they don't sell it or transfer it, it doesn't have a serial number. And there's no record of it. And that's what's upsetting.
Kind of like
ATF.
freedom.
There's no record of it, and we can't have that. We can't have people that have these 80% pieces of aluminum that have holes in them and things drilled out of them.
Right.
It's just a block of aluminum with it's in a certain configuration. We don't have any jurisdiction over it, except the ATF says, wait a minute. Go ahead. You can go now.
No, go.
No, I'm done.
No,
I'm done.
Keep going.
Well,
I didn't read the article. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you did.
I was going somewhere else with this.
They have really good burgers across the street from this place. Ares Armor is the name of the company, and apparently the ATF was snooping around and wanting to get the names of all their customers of where they sent these 80% complete receivers, right? And this company said, "Screw you! What are you doing, sniffing around me? I don't want to give you the name of all these people that have bought these things." And the ATF says, we really want them. And they said, no way. Well, what the company did is they went and they filed a restraining order against the ATF saying they can't come within, 18,000 miles of
They're
my
harassing
store.
me, and I want them to stop.
And the judge issued the restraining order. At least we're not positive of that. There's some conflicting reports that it may not have been official, but some people are saying it was actually
and luckily
issued.
the ATF just recognized it, and they just stayed away. They didn't bother them ever again, and that's the end of the story. It's
Well,
It's a
no,
happy story.
because apparently the accusation was that the ATF had gotten a search warrant for their company.
Oh, that's right.
Under false information. I don't know what that information was, but it was false. Well, anyways, the ATF said, screw you, we're the federal government. We don't need no stinking restraining orders. We don't need nothing. And they did a kind of a SWAT-type bust into this business. Seized all their assets, looked at all their records. Apparently, I heard they broke into a safe that they had on site and started getting all this data. Now, what's interesting is apparently somebody from the company says that, before all this happened, some of the agents from the ATF came up to us and said, hey, listen, man, we know you're a legitimate business. We know that you're doing everything right. But, if you just give us all the names of all your customers, we'll just take those and everything will be fine.
Yeah, nobody will know you gave it to us. Don't worry. Your customers won't know.
And we'll just sweep it under the rug, man. That's what the owner of this company is saying the ATF agent started.
What's scary about this, that may be true, and I completely believe that it is.
I don't know.
I have no reason not to.
We're reporting what we heard.
This company, he claims that he didn't give them the names. How many companies like this have been asked by the ATF, the government, coming in with their guns saying, hey, you could just get out of this, just give us the names.
And
how many
willing
of them just
willing to
give
and
them
they
the
just
names?
gave it.
Because that's a lot easier.
Hundreds, probably.
So even though you don't have to register your rifles and your gun parts and things in all cases, the government's still doing what they can to get your name and put it on a list.
And this is coming right from Holder.
That's
care.
outside of the NSA.
I don't care what anybody says. Eric Holder oversees the ATF, or should we say the BATFE, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. This is coming from his group. And it's frightening when the federal government thinks they're beyond the law, and that's what's going on here. And
yeah,
scary.
it's been going on for years and years, but it seems to be
but it's really
much
bad
worse
now.
lately. And
people are more aware now because
nobody,
the information is out there with all of the social networks. People are
aware, but who's really doing something to stop it? The people that can, the people in the other branches of government that are there.
Oh, they're not going to do anything. They're all part of the same snake.
And there's the problem. We're going to take another break. We will be right back.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Hey everyone, have you heard about the No hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host, Cheryl, for No hair removal.
Thanks. Hey gals, I love talking about my No. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No has patented thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the no-no, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible no-no hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5470. That's 800-953-5470. 800-953-5470.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
At odds with the hosts. Sound off by calling 248-455-6337.
And welcome back to At Odds. I'm Nate.
I'm Brian.
Brian, you want to talk about the Tesla coil a little bit? You didn't know what it was? Is that what I heard?
I know Mr. Tesla was a great man. He got kind of screwed over by Edison, but
come on.
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about
Tesla. It's a proven fact that he invented the curly light bulbs.
I don't know. I can't argue to that. No. Besides, Tesla was much better looking than Edison was.
You think so?
Oh, he's a brilliant man.
But so was Einstein.
And handsome.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you
go. That trumps anything else. It's like me over you. I'm the handsome one. You are plain looking. You're not ugly. I wouldn't say you're ugly. Hey, I don't care what people say about you. They're not ugly.
I have cute dogs.
You have nice dogs, and it's not that when I look at you, I don't throw up.
Did I ever
anything like that?
Have I ever told you?
Face it, I'm the face of the group.
Have I ever told you the kind of people that I get to stop to talk to me when I walk this dog around town?
All females, right?
No.
Oh, no?
You would have thought, right? You look at the dog,
yeah. Oh,
look
they're
at
cute.
him.
Cute dogs.
No, I'm walking this tiny little dog.
Yeah.
More than once, dude drives up
homosexual males
in a big 4-wheel drive truck with a lab, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dog. Hey, man, what kind of dog is that? What? This is not what I expected.
You could fetch pheasants. Well, the pheasant's bigger than that dog.
Can't. But no, I don't need a ride either. Thank you.
I got Hershey bars.
Oh, he didn't offer that.
He didn't. Yeah,
I would have taken that.
Yeah. It's like
all right.
The mattress with tear stained.
So way back in 1922, New Jersey passed a law.
I don't know about that.
Basically said car manufacturers cannot sell directly to consumers.
I thought you said you didn't know anything about
this. There
this.
has to be a middleman, a car dealership in there to sell vehicles to consumers.
And Mr. Musk, I love that name. Mr. Musk, a billionaire, internet.com stuff, has started this electric car company, the Tesla. He wants
with no subsidies or anything like that.
I don't know. I can't speak to that. The point is, he wants to sell these cars without a dealership, without sharing his profit. He wants to open up a storefront in New Jersey and have his people sell his product to the public.
That's weird.
In
that
New Jersey,
company would make something and sell it.
You can't do that. If you're a car manufacturer, you have to have a dealership and you have to share that profit.
Yeah, it's not fair that you build this business and reap all of the benefits of this business that you built. That's just not fair. It's not the American way.
No, Tom Doherty, a 25-year veteran of the business, I don't know what the business is, the mafia, I don't know, New Jersey after all, who now works in sales at the BMW dealership in upscale Princeton, New Jersey, said, hey, they want to go direct, which means no sales force, man. That's cutting out a lot of people. No way that's going to fly, man.
Yeah.
No way.
It's not fair because if you become successful, you are obligated. You must create jobs and you must employ people. You can't do whatever you want with your own money in your own business. You must, you shall employ people to do jobs that you don't need them to do. And when you think about the Tesla, how many have you seen on the road? Because this car exists. How many have you seen?
I've never seen one.
Okay, so do you think it really calls for a car dealership, a full-time dealership to sell these things? Probably not. He might as well go mail order.
He's having the same issue.
Kind of what he's been doing.
Some other states, too, as well. But listen, let's say I'm a baker. I make great cakes.
Would you make my wedding cake?
Not yours.
Oh, okay.
Not because of your lifestyle. But anyways, if I was a great baker and I had this great product and I wanted to set up in Ohio and sell cakes, and Ohio says, "Oh, you can't do that.
You have to have a cake dealership.
You have to have a cake dealership to sell the cakes because that's what the law says." I don't see any benefit of the law. I don't understand what it is other than control by the state and influence by somebody, and I don't know who it is. Auto dealerships, do they have a union? Do they have influence? I don't know.
Well, they're not unionized
Why
per se.
can't I sell my product in every state that I want?
They're not unionized per se, but there is this
people.
thing called the New Jersey Coalition of Automobile Retails.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not a union like Hoffa.
It's an association.
It's an association, which is kind of like a union.
Maybe.
And their interest is money. And their interest is getting retail sales, getting people employed in retail, and making that part of the industry prominent.
Their money is influence?
Well, yeah, that's weird. It's weird how that
politics
works.
For the state? Anyways, I'm all for capitalism. I think people that come up with a product ought to be able to sell that product wherever they want to without the interference of the government saying, oh, no, you can sell it, but you have to have this organization sell the product for you and pay them a piece of the pie.
Let's see.
I think that's wrong.
Their mission: to protect and advance the public, government, and industry interests of
Public government, what does that mean?
Public, government, and industry interests of franchise new car and truck retailers.
How does it help the industry?
To provide accurate and authoritative advice on statutory, regulatory, and legislative matters affecting the interests of automobile retailers.
I can do that. As a business owner.
Oh, sure you can, but I'm just saying.
I would hire people that
This is what I was talking to you about. It's not really a union, but it's a group with power and money is what it is. And they said, if you're an internet billionaire, maybe you think the world revolves around you.
It does.
And the world springs from your laptop.
It does.
Well, I got news for him, for Mr. Musk. This is not a new law. Tesla is operating illegally, and he'll be out of business unless he changes.
Yeah, well.
It's ridiculous. I have a product. I should be able to sell it any way I want and for whatever I want.
Let the market decide.
That's the way it should work. If the market, in fact, wants to go to a dealership to buy a car, go ahead and go to a dealership to buy a car. Now, the thing is, I bet the public would rather not have to go through a dealership to buy a car.
My hand's up.
I know, but I really don't want to hear the story again.
I would.
Yes, Brian?
Because the dealership make 15 to 20%, and I could save 15 or 20% if I buy direct.
You would think so. Yeah, you would think you could, right? And you wouldn't have to deal with a car salesman. Well, you would. It would just be different. Yes, Brian?
No, I'm just saying that I want to save 15 or 20%. I don't want to buy from a dealer. I'd rather buy from
I know you're itching
Mr.
to tell
Musk.
this. Do you have any experience in the industry, Brian?
I was a car salesman for a while. I got fired.
Like every good car salesman. You made your 4 or 5 sales and they just canned you.
They do that.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? I wanted Christmas off.
Why?
And you said, you're not motivated enough.
All the best sales are on Christmas.
Yeah. I just wanted Christmas off to spend with my family. Thank you, so may I have another? I felt like Tiny Tim. That was really it. They wanted me working on Christmas when nobody was in the dealership.
Was that really it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Maybe you should have joined the
it was the best thing that ever happened
New Jersey Coalition of Automobile Retailers.
Nope. It opened up other doors and everything's
fine. It's the Coalition of Automobile Retailers. It's CAR.
I was never involved
CAR.
in any of that.
Do you get it? That's their
CAR.
CAR.
That's
that was
clever.
really clever. That was formed in 1918, by the way. I'm serious about that.
I know.
That's a long time ago.
I heard that.
That's a long time ago.
It's almost 100 years.
All right. Quick break. We will be back.
With what?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about next?
I don't know.
Let's talk about Obama some more. He's fun.
No.
We'll be back.
Red State Talk Radio.
Hey everyone, have you heard about the no hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host, Cheryl, for no hair removal.
Thanks. Hey gals, I love talking about my no. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No has patented Thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the no, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible no hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5470. That's 800-953-5470. 800-953-5470.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Welcome back to At Odds. I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
Hey,
By the way, I tightened that up for you. Did you like that one a little better?
It was a little
so
better.
You knew.
Not only that, but you hit me on the top of the head when I could talk, so that helped.
Knocked
a lot.
you out
Yeah.
with the perfect amount of force. So you would wake up right when it was time to
you
talk.
had a visual and a physical stimulus.
I've noticed if you're conscious, you will be talking. So the only way to shut you up is to make sure that's not the case.
Keep me unconscious?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Does this smell like chloroform? Does anybody know what chloroform smells like? I mean,
I do. No, I know what ether smells like.
Okay, well, that's not the same thing.
Because I'm old.
It's not the same thing at all.
No, I know you're right. Well, I don't know. It's kind of similar.
Here, catch my mercury thermometer.
I'm old enough that I actually had, when I had my tonsils out when I was 3 in the early 60s, where they actually take a, I don't know, like a spaghetti strainer. They put it over your mouth, and they put a cheesecloth over it, and they pour ether over it. I'm not kidding you.
You know that they really didn't do that to anybody else, just you,
just
right?
Me, because I was a little.
And he never quite had enough ether in stock. He tried.
I was a little pisser. That's why they did it. But I remember, and it was in the Roy Rogers Memorial Hospital in Portsmouth, Ohio, and I had my tonsils out, and they put like a little strainer over your mouth. They put a cheesecloth over it, and they had a jar of ether.
It's like waterboarding, except with ether.
And it drips down your throat, and it burns you. It was horrible.
Because it's ether.
But only for a couple of seconds because...
then you're sleeping, and
then you're
and
out of it.
All right, we just have a couple minutes before top of the hour. We can get to your favorite topic. I know you've been antsy over there. Oh, I want to talk about it because it's my favorite thing to talk about. I want to talk about it.
Ice cream.
No, cops.
Which I got a lot of ice cream after my tonsils were out.
Yeah, did you?
That was the best thing. They kept saying that. You can have popsicles,
lots of ice cream. All right, so go ahead. You're upset because there seems to be an increasing number, at least an increasing awareness in police officers shooting unarmed individuals.
Please stop doing that, police officers.
And dogs. Stop shooting dogs.
Oh, my goodness. They shoot dogs left and right.
If you want to piss me off, shoot a dog. So don't do that because you don't want to piss me off.
In Alabama, there was a guy. He was a United States Air Force active service member, was in a minor accident. And the police showed up. He was out of his vehicle. He was talking to the person that he was in the accident with, which was, I think, a trucker or something. It was a semi. And exchanging information and stuff, as you do. It shakes you up.
Now, okay. No.
Well, anyways,
I'm going to resist.
The police arrived. Oh, you were going to talk about your little run-in with the local police. But anyways, when police arrived, they told him to raise his hand. An officer perceived a threat because he was holding his wallet and opened fire and shot him in the belly. Now he may live the rest of his life in a colostomy bag, and his career in the Air Force is ruined.
Yeah, it horrible.
The guy
horrible.
said...
What did he say?
He heard screaming and hollering, and he saw lights, and he realized it was the police, and he raised his hands, and he had his billfold, which, was probably a black billfold at the time, and I don't know if this was day or night, and he turned around saying, "Hey, I'm an airman headed to my..." BAM! And they shot him in the guts.
Shouldn't have said airman.
Yeah, see, that was it. If he had said Marine, they'd have let him go. Probably buy him a beer and everything. But it was an airman. Oh, no. Wait a minute. We can't say that. Airmen do a great job.
Oh, yeah, of course they do.
And the thing is, now he's shot in the gut. I've never been shot. And he kept saying, why did you shoot me? Why did you shoot me?
A legitimate question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a legitimate question. Like, hey, guy, what are you doing? What are you doing?
So the airman's father was saying, he said his son soon fell unconscious, and he nearly died. He almost bled out, right? They had to use blood expanders and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Horrible.
And the airman
mistake.
says, I didn't even realize they shot me. I didn't know what happened. It was so fast. Well, I don't know.
We weren't there.
I'm sick and tired.
I want to say that.
Yeah.
We weren't there. He may have pointed the wallet at him.
Was it an assault wallet?
Yeah. You
'Cause
said
it was a trifold.
It was a trifold, and
it
you
was
said
black
2 minutes ago it was probably black. And we know the scariest weapons are black.
And you know that
the most dangerous weapons are black.
Wait a minute. You know my wallet is black, and it's a bifold.
Right.
Because oh, never mind.
Which is not scary.
We went there.
That would get you a reward.
So
you would be brave to have that wallet, Brian.
Listen, police officers have to stop shooting people when they come up on a damn accident. You don't come up into
someone
a car
reaching for a
accident
cane, a kid answering the door with a Wii remote, women driving a truck that didn't match the color or description of a suspect they were looking for. These sorts of things need to stop. Now, don't forget, we're now 90 minutes, so we'll be back right after this top of the hour break with plenty of more Brian.
Plenty of more Brian.
Tune in to Red State Talk Radio, the new media's talk monster for grassroots.
That's what freedom is all about.
Common sense.
I would be willing to use waterboarding.
Conservative talk radio.
Big spending liberal.
Red State Talk Radio. WRS Digital, Cleveland, Tennessee.
Commerce.
Have you ever wondered how you could make a difference in someone's life? What if you could help hundreds or even thousands of children? You might think it impossible, but it's within your reach. Right now, today, students in the U.S. rank 32nd in world math skills. It's time for our children to catch up. And you can help. Become an owner of one of the world's fastest growing franchises, Mathnasium. Mathnasium is the leading math-only learning center in the U.S. Its only purpose is to make our kids better at math. Imagine helping hundreds, even thousands of students in your community improve in school and raise their self-esteem, all while doing something you truly love. Call us at 800-644-0510 for a complete package of information. That's 800-644-0510 to learn how you can make a difference. Doing something you truly love. 800-644-0510. 800-644-0510.
Red State Talk Radio is All American Talk Radio.
Limited time offer, 24-month commitment and credit qualification require cancellation fee, auto pay, and paperless billing, and other restrictions apply. If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for the best deal in entertainment. Only Dish brings you the best in entertainment for less than $20 a month. Cut the cable and don't get directed. Switch to Dish because at just $19.99, Dish saves you every time you turn on the TV. It's so simple. The same channels cost less with Dish. So since you can't see the difference, don't pay the difference. Switch to Dish for the best deal in entertainment. Get premium movie channels free for 3 months, starting at just $19.99. Dish saves you every time you turn on the TV. Call now to save with Dish. Dial 1-877-291-1864. That's 1-877-291-1864. The same channels for less than $20 a month. Dish. Call 1-877-291-1864 for details.
Red State Talk Radio. Talk radio the way the founding fathers would have done it. Buy American. iBuyAmericanStore.com. American made, American sold. iBuyAmericanStore.com. Browse and purchase American-made products direct from the manufacturers. Appliances, clothing, housewares, jewelry, pet supplies, toys, and more. iBuyAmericanStore.com. Don't wait for politicians to create an environment in which American manufacturing can thrive again. It's our choice to buy American. Let's make it happen ourselves. iBuyAmericanStore.com.
America's premier grassroots conservative talk radio network.
Red State Talk Radio. 150 million people suffer from headaches. All you want is for the pounding in your head to stop. Migralex stops the pounding. Migralex was developed by a neurologist and founder of the New York Headache Center.
I'm neurologist Dr. Alex Mauskop. After studying and researching the human brain for 25 years, I've developed Migralex, which eliminates pounding headaches. It works for my patients, and I'm so convinced it will work for you. I don't just guarantee it, I put my name on it.
Dr. Mauskop's Migralex gets rid of headaches fast without harsh caffeine, sodium, or preservatives.
Migralex works unbelievably fast.
and it's gentle on my stomach.
Find out how to get your free bottle of Migralex. Call 800-537-9046. Plus, if you're one of the first 100 callers, you'll also receive the Migralex Quick Tips to Headache Relief absolutely free. That's 800-537-9046. Or go to migralexrelief.com, MIGRALEX relief.com, or call 800-537-9046.
Tired of the same old blah, blah, blah of traditional conservative talk radio?
We know that under the 49% rate, the U.S. economy is holding for...
Then tune in to New Media's Talk Monster for grassroots, common sense, conservative talk radio, Red State Talk Radio.
They want to tear down our country. We love our country, and we want to rebuild our country. That's the difference.
WRS Digital, Cleveland, Tennessee.
I like mashed potatoes and fried chickens. And we had Odd Show with Nate and Brian. Mm-hmm.
And I am Nate.
And I'm Brian, and I do like fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
Who doesn't? You know, I was in a local mall.
I don't know who doesn't.
I was in a local mall.
Vegetarians?
Will you listen to me?
I'm not going to listen to you.
Remember what you gave up for Lent? It was not being a jerk.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, Father, I will listen.
I was in the mall, and I was going to go to a Greek place. And then Christy said, it doesn't matter. Christy said, "What's that?" It says steak and potatoes. And it was this place called Junior Steak and Potatoes. And I was like, that's me. Screw this Greek food.
Wait a minute.
Bam. Go in there. It was awesome.
What'd they have?
Steak and potatoes.
Huh.
No, you know what it was? It's a Philly cheesesteak place, which was kind of weird. And also baked potatoes. So
what?
It was good.
What a great combination.
I know.
It's brilliant.
It was weird. The staff didn't exactly speak English. And it wasn't Philadelphian. So it was kind of odd. It was hard to just kind of, get our order right.
What kind of language did they speak?
Well, there was a mixture. There was Ukrainian.
Some Ukrainian
and Russian.
And Russian.
Also.
Yeah, how do you tell the difference anymore?
Yeah.
You can't tell.
That's terrible. All right. Since we just had such a long break and you guys didn't have a long enough break from us, I'm going to play a clip
you're still here listening.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Facebook.com/@oddshow. You want to talk about probable cause for searches?
Yeah.
Let's start with this. Yeah. This is Gary Johnson, former
somewhere in New
Mexico,
Mexico, a ski resort.
Yep.
I could not be more upset about this. Couldn't be more upset.
People in Taos are ticked.
Somebody needs to lose their job.
Among them, former New Mexico Governor Gary Johnson.
This was really, really, really bad.
Johnson is raging mad because a few weeks ago, 4 National Forest police officers and their drug-sniffing dog,
jack-booted thugs,
conducted what's called a saturation patrol at Taos Ski Valley.
This is a total waste of taxpayer dollars.
Citing people for possessing marijuana, driving recklessly, and even having cracked windshields.
We're U.S. taxpayers. We own the Forest Service. Why are we subject to this? Why? I want to know.
I do too. Cracked windshield.
So this goes. This is somewhat related to the things you like to talk about.
I do.
The guy that got shot, which I just actually got a note that apparently the police won't release the dash cam from that shooting.
I'm sure they won't.
That you were talking about. So that's weird. I'm surprised that they're admitting that there is dash cam.
Usually
it was broken. What? Huh?
It's deleted after 24 hours.
Yeah. You mean after, as soon as we get back to the station.
As soon as there's gunfire.
So where's the delete button?
As soon as there's gunfire, they delete it.
Oh, speaking of that,
did I tell you that I have a dash cam now? I'm not playing this game anymore.
Yeah, you've mentioned it 1,000 times. Yeah. But if you're like the kids playing Airsoft, we saw that clip where the police show up and they have a GoPro camera filming the police, and the police show up with their assault rifles.
Wait a minute. Airsoft versus AR-15?
Yeah, which happens all the time.
Real firearms versus play firearms.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But now, admittedly, you can't tell the difference.
They look the same, but these are kids.
But here's the problem.
Out in a field.
Here's the problem. The kids didn't get shot, which is good. That's not the problem.
Thank goodness.
The police made, I'm going to say forced, through coercion, if nothing else, the kid to shut the camera off to stop filming the police.
I think it was on his helmet. The helmet was on the ground. The view we got was from the ground up, and the cop says, "Hey, is that a GoPro camera there?" The kid says, Yeah. You're going to have to shut that down. And, of course, they complied.
Well,
he was.
The other kid said, hey, Brad, you don't have to shut that off. And the cop says, do you want to go to jail? You want to go to jail?
And that kid, I think, was the same one that refused to give ID.
Because he was smart. His parents probably taught him well. Now, the problem is he got arrested.
He got arrested for, what did he get
charged
arrested for?
With carrying a deadly weapon.
Yes, he had a deadly concealed weapon.
Yeah, that's right. It was concealed, which is worse.
Which is like a Boy Scout pocket knife.
That's what he said. It was a pocket knife.
Yeah.
I don't know, but come on.
Well,
leave the damn kids alone.
That's the catch-all charge, with a knife, deadly weapon.
Deadly.
And the media, of course, said deadly weapon. The media has every right to say it was a pocket knife that everybody for 1,000 years have carried in their pockets as a tool.
Yeah, it is a tool.
But now it's
much like a firearm is a tool, which is why it's good to see these sorts of news coverage that. It's showing the people that are actually upset that these police, SWAT, dressed like SWAT,
these guys
come into a
real
ski
rifles.
resort.
Well, I'm talking about the kids. They actually
I'm not talking about the kids.
They pointed their guns at these kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
back to this thing in New Mexico where the police come in, search cars, search people, arrest people for drug charges.
Crack
it's the Federal Forestry Service.
That's the feds.
In this ski resort, getting people for cracked windshields.
But local municipalities do the same thing. They all have armored vehicles.
I would say local municipalities, right or not, probably have a little bit better case for jurisdiction over cracked windshields.
You give a break to local municipalities over the federal government. I understand that.
The local municipalities and the people should have more control over everything that deals with the individual than the federal government does. Everything.
Which goes to what extent does the police have the right to violate your rights? What is extenuating circumstances?
Well, what are you going to do when they're pointing a gun at you?
Well, right, you're going to comply or die. I mean, comply or die.
Oh,
but the thing is, what?
It's scary.
It is. I mean, take it up with a judge. Oh, you're dead? Okay, I guess you don't have anything to worry about. But this is what happened in Rockville, Maryland. A massive manhunt from a bank robbery. 3 suspects robbed a bank. Okay, so what? They robbed a bank. No one was killed.
It's
there
a crime.
There were no mother rapers. There were no father
crime.
stabbers. There were no baby bundlers.
Well,
it was a bank robbery. So they put up a roadblock on a major highway where thousands of motorists, were brought to a standstill for over an hour where the police conducted a massive search where 12 lanes of traffic were shut down and swarms of armed government agents combed through a giant traffic jam, performing warrantless vehicle-to-vehicle searches.
Yeah, that's the problem. Roadblock is bad enough, but then they're going car to car, searching the cars.
It's one thing in the old days when they had roadblocks and whatever, they would, the cars were kind of moving, and they would say, okay, and they'd kind of do a quick little look inside and move you along. No.
Do something very similar to profiling.
Or whatever. They were just using their senses of observation to look. These guys had...
Exactly. Sense.
Sort of assault weapons pointed at these people saying... Well, listen, they said up to...
An assault weapon?
What?
What's an assault weapon?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the
have one.
is. It's a sort of a... What? Okay, tell me.
Well,
we got time.
It's this. See this block of aluminum?
Yeah.
80% assault weapon.
That's scary. Put that down.
I know. If I had a drill...
Aren't you a felon? I don't know.
If I had a drill, I could turn this into something.
Can you possess that legally? It's registered.
No, I'm not a felon.
I've registered aluminum. Really? Okay. Anyways, 12 lanes, they were going basically to every person and said, shut up and pop the hood. I don't have a hood. I have a Suburban. I don't know what they do then.
You mean trunk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, not doing it. Well, maybe they might have said it.
There's something wrong with your Suburban. I've been telling you this for a year.
I'm sorry.
You wonder why you have to walk everywhere.
I don't know why. I keep trying to put gas in it, but it's the wrong end.
It leaks right out. It's weird.
Yeah, pop the trunk. And people, of course, were doing it because they had no choice. Bam, And they were going through and searching all these people unlawfully. And what's sad is everybody, consented. But what are you going to do?
What does this kind of sound like?
At the end of a barrel of a gun?
Maybe not these car-to-car searches. People actually got shot. But you remember in L.A., was it Dorner? Was that his name? The guy that shot a cop. He was an ex-cop. And they did everything they could.
We got to get this guy because he shot
old
one of
ladies
ours.
in trucks, shot people on the sidewalk,
and got away with it.
Got away with it because they were scared and they just want to go home to their families.
Man, I just want to go home. Well, so do everybody. Everybody wants to go home. With their
those
family.
old women that got shot at that looked nothing like a huge black man. They also wanted to go home. Yeah.
Anyways, at the point of a gun, they said, you got to do this. The police ultimately did locate and arrest the suspects.
Which is good.
Guess where?
Right. Probably in one of these roadblocks. They found him. He was sitting there in his, yes, officer.
He was in a trunk.
Who are you looking for? Yeah, you're right. He was he was in the back of a Suburban, so they didn't find him because they had no trunk.
And no, they didn't find him anywhere in the roadblock.
Oh, that's weird.
But what I want to say,
I figured they would at least have the same success rate as the TSA at finding terrorists in the security line at the airport.
A little.
Actually, they did have the same success rate, didn't they?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah.
So this is what the cops said. They said, for those folks that wondered how this, or for those folks that wondered how it is that the police can just walk through traffic like that and get folks to show their hands. I don't know what that means. Get folks to pop their trunks between the what?
English is tough.
It's tough. How is that?
I actually don't know that word. He's a police chief. He's smarter than us. Anyway, of the circumstances and the information that we had,
it gives us the legal foundation to do what we did. Right? It doesn't.
No, he's right. I agree
Who
with him.
decides what is extenuating circumstances?
The chief of police.
This? And it's times like this that we most need our rights. They violated the Fourth Amendment. Absolutely.
Exigency.
That's
exigency.
Exigency.
An urgent need or demand. Which
right.
Makes sense. But I don't think it was an urgent need or demand.
No, I don't.
Who were these people? Were they murdering people?
Yeah, that's it.
While this was going on? I don't think they were. They may have been. I don't think they were.
Who said that better 1,000 guilty men go free than we incriminate one innocent man?
Somebody smart said that.
Somebody said that. And I like to go with that. Rather the bank robbers get away than we violate thousands and thousands of people's rights. And here's a bank robbery, but who's to say tomorrow they're looking for someone who posted something on Facebook that was against the government that they didn't like. So now we're violating your rights because we're looking for, like, Snowden. Oh, sorry.
That's weird. Well, and the NSA, right? I mean, they're pretty much doing it day in and day out anyway.
They're listening.
It's time to wake up. It's time to do something.
Mr. President, members of Congress, you've been making a lot of noise about taking our guns away. But you might want to review history. 1835, Gonzales, Texas Territory. The authorities wanted to confiscate the big gun that protected that colony. You know what the people said? Come and take it. Because they were willing to fight for their freedom and their guns. So are we.
Come and take it if you want it. Come and take it if you can. Come and take it, but I warn you, you'll have to pry it from our cold dead hands. We want the freedom that God gave us, so you best not cross that line. If you want this gun, you gotta come through us and take it.
One shot at a time. Just like Gonzalez, we're keeping our guns.
Yeah, and that's good stuff. And I played that because at least once every 2 weeks I get someone that shares that with me, and I love it.
It's a great
And I
ad.
get requests for it, and I say, I'll play it on the show.
Yeah.
There it is. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to wrap up the show, and finally, you'll be done with Brian for at least a week. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Hey everyone, have you heard about the No hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host, Cheryl, for No hair removal.
Thanks. Hey gals, I love talking about my No. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No has patented Thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the No, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible No hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5470. That's 800-953-5470. 800-953-5470.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
At odds with the hosts. Sound off by calling 248-455-6337.
And we're back. You're listening to At Odds with Brian.
And Nate.
Anything on your mind? Give us a call. We got a couple minutes left.
Hey, if the phone lines are working, I'm not even sure, if they're
either.
back up or not, and I apologize for that if they're not, since I know usually there
we'll have
are
to look into that.
Hundreds of you waiting in line.
We have a big,
to get
long
through.
queue of people.
We never get to any of them, but we appreciate you calling.
We are
appreciate
so busy. We like to listen to the sound of our own voice.
Yeah, no, I mean, you like to listen to the sound of your voice.
I like to listen to the sound of my own voice.
Mm-hmm.
You not so
That
much.
wasn't obvious.
No,
Nobody knew that you like to talk and like
you
to listen to yourself
quiet.
talk.
Quiet. Shh.
You know what you shouldn't do?
What?
Write a book that's funny. Ever.
We're not there.
Yeah, we are. I'm there. Look, I see it right here.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, the FBI isn't funny, but this guy is. Back in 2009, Daniel O'Brien, he's a history buff, and he writes for the website Cracked. If you've never seen Cracked, they do a lot of satirical, political stuff, a lot of funny stuff. He was researching material for a book called How to Fight Presidents, right? It's funny.
Yeah. Well,
in July
maybe.
of that year, he wrote on his obviously humor-oriented website a satirical article on 6 helpful tips for kidnapping the president's daughters.
Yeah, probably not the brightest thing to
Well,
write.
but still.
Well, I mean, there's that whole freedom and liberty thing where you should be able to write things like that.
First Amendment stuff, they kind of draw the line when it comes to the president.
They do, which is
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah.
But
when you see what he writes
because
about...
you know how dangerous it is to say words about the president?
Words are scary.
Yeah.
Words are dangerous.
Especially Mr. Bike Helmet. You say words about him, it really offends him. He's not used to it.
Anyways, he apparently got an email from Human Resources saying, hey, guess what? The FBI want to interview you. And he's like, what? And he hides under his desk. And
I don't blame him.
What? And he says, so he had to meet with 2 FBI agents that he refers to as Agents Hard Ass. I guess we can say that, right? I don't know.
You did.
Agents Hard Ass.
Careful with this one.
And Eat Poop. He didn't say poop.
Except it's spelled with an S and an
they
H.
interrogated him, and they went
an
joke by joke through his entire history as a writer. I just want to give you a couple of things they asked. They go, in this section, you mentioned that you once kidnapped President Carter's daughter, Amy, but that she somehow escaped because you underestimated her ability to swim, and you claim you had her on your boat and was astonished to see her, and I quote, slice through the water like a dolphin, like a GD dolphin, I swear, end quote. Why did you say that?
Yeah, why were you surprised to see her swim through? I mean, we don't mind that you kidnapped her and that she got away, but why were you surprised?
Yeah. And he said, well, I was kind of worried that some readers might think the article was serious, so I wanted to sprinkle in a few obviously fake details to drive home the fact that, that's not true. So I mentioned owning a boat, which isn't true, and kidnapping Amy Carter. Given my age that I wasn't really born then, it would have been impossible. And so they said, in November of 2008, you wrote about having Pocahontas's actual skeleton stored in your pantry. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Good Lord.
Right
and
next
they
to
questioned
Sasquatch.
this guy for hours about this stuff.
Well, and you have to think that the FBI, they knew that this wasn't real.
Right. They were trying to intimidate
this
guy.
Yeah, they were just messing with him. Because they don't want him to write words about the president.
Right. They asked him if you've been involved in any terrorist organizations. And yeah, 6 of them, and here they are. I mean, who's going to answer that question?
Yeah, exactly.
He says, no, I was in an a cappella group in college. What was the name of that group? We would need to follow up on this. Good Lord. So they scared the crap out of this guy, but he had a great article, and he wrote it, and I would suggest that you go to Cracked website and
just be careful when you're searching for it.
Be careful because you're going to be in there. Daniel O'Brien, and read the article. It's pretty funny about his whole ordeal with the FBI.
When you Google crack, you get a couple different sets of results
be careful. And
that are not friendly at work.
Don't do it at work. Don't do it at work because, I can relate to that. I had a coworker that got in a little trouble.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, are we close? So what do we got to do here?
Yeah, we've got about a minute. So if you want to talk about special cops, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'll talk about this. Apparently in Oklahoma, that's
where everything good happens.
There was a conference where 40 of the sheriffs of the state were at a meeting there, and apparently they were asked, because some of them were in uniform, right, with their scary guns.
Well,
they're police officers in the Capitol.
Yeah, but even police officer guns kill people or at least shoot their kidneys.
Well, as we've talked about, yes, they do kill people and they do shoot people.
Yeah,
they were asked to.
No, the guns don't do that. Not by themselves.
They're just a tool. Anyways, they were asked to, you're going to have to disarm or leave. So what'd they do?
Disarmed or left.
No, they left. They said, screw you, we're going home. Can you believe that? Oklahoma.
I think that's great.
Okay.
But we are out of time. See you next week.
Oh, bye-bye.